No, thank you very much for coming in, guys. It's appreciated. And so obviously tell the guys a little about yourselves.
Right, so we are Ghosts on Trent. We've been going just a little over 12 months now, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think we're on 13 and a half months, something like that, yeah. Time's flown. We've investigated a lot of local areas. Sorry. We have now been in partnership with Haunted Houses for the past 2 months or so.
2 months.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So we have got access to great locations now. It's opened the doors wide open for us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're really enjoying it, and it's just it's all a different feel now from what it used to be. We used to do public places and derelict buildings and what have you. And now it's just
real now.
The big places now.
And working with Haunted Houses as well.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous
Absolutely
company.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
What's been your favourite place so far?
We've got a few.
I know there's a fair few, guys.
Yeah.
There is a few.
I think when we went to Dudley Castle, that was a good one.
Was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really
I
good.
actually like the Pavilion in Matlock.
Pavilion and Matlock, that
There's been so many.
fail.
Listen, we've been with Haunted Houses,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I felt that we got the most activity on the EMF meters and so on there, definitely, yeah. I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to go a ghost on Tide, I'd strongly recommend that one.
Oh, very nice.
Definitely
Well, I understand, Barbara, as well, like you're a bit of a psychic medium, I
Well,
understand.
yes, I am the medium for Ghosts on Trent.
Yeah, okay.
I've got lots of stories.
Ooh, plenty to keep us going for another 2 hours. That's what I like to hear. That's what we love to hear on this radio show. And very recently, obviously, like, you guys have just come into the studio, and you were saying that you felt something in the studio.
Me and Mark actually nearly fell off our seats about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I do want to sleep tonight, guys. Thanks. So.
Yeah, not to scare you.
It's all right.
That was weird, that was. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe we should come in here and do an investigation.
Well, there you go. Like I said, I've put some feelers out, and of course, by all means. But no, so what did you feel like? What do you usually feel like on investigation, or does it come naturally to you? Or
well, I have done this since I could walk and talk.
All right, okay.
So it's not something I just kind of went, oh, I can do that. Lots of strange phenomena have happened to me from a very young girl. Mum always says I was switched at birth, but we won't go into that one on live radio. But yeah, I can hear, I can see, I can predict things, and it's even so strange to me. Even now, I'm 40 years of life.
Yeah.
And a lot, it's all more or less is exactly how I say it is.
Do you ever get strange feelings where like you'll just be walking around the street or going into shops and things like that, and you'll start to see things that other people might not see or might not feel?
I tend to switch. You can't switch this ability completely off.
Oh yeah, of course.
But you can dim it down. But yes, there's times when I'm getting it again.
Yeah.
There's times when there's times actually when I go in somewhere and I think, oh no, yeah, that's happening, right, I need to tell the guys. So I become like I'm on like, is it scouting all the time, just doing the local shopping.
So you don't find like Aldi's more haunted than like Asda or open like that?
No, but there is one shop I go in that I don't really want to name on
either
because I want to try and get it. But there is a shopping place that I've been to and I do feel something's there. Yeah.
Is it mainly like older? I know it sounds a bit cliche or anything like that, but is it mainly like older buildings that you find are more haunted, or do you surprise with like new buildings? Because sometimes
I find that. You could have a new building on what was originally an old building. It's more to do with the
grounds,
the ground
itself.
Yeah.
What was there before?
Yeah.
What was there before that? Do you know what I mean? It goes way back.
It's over time periods, so it doesn't matter what was there. Doesn't matter what is there now. It can still be there. So
yeah. I'm a big believer that even a big open field.
Oh,
if
right,
something was there previous to that, that field could be haunted. There could be sightings and what have you.
Something's going to be there. It's going to be there.
It's going to be there,
It's as trauma and stuff like that as well. That can leave a residue. I feel.
Do you feel like you get easily more affected emotionally rather than?
Oh, totally. I actually use crystals from a local shop where I live in Mere.
She keeps telling us off because we don't wear that.
Yes.
Because we thought he was keeping the
for this reason, because
like 2 naughty boys.
it does drain us. It does drain us.
Yeah, of course.
Lots of things really. They help with emotions and everything else because ghosts spirit can affect physical and emotionally. We get drained, don't we?
Still drained from last night,
Yeah.
It does drain you. I have noticed that.
Where did you go last night, guys, for the listeners?
Drive.
30 Drive in Pontefract.
Yeah. It was a bit. Well, you need to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
There we go. I like it.
Ghosts on Trent, and then you will see exactly what happened last night because the video will be released in about a week or so, Paul.
More like 2.
Okay.
Not much to do on back
Well, more like
Don't
2.
put work on me, ball.
He's got things to do.
Well, I wish I could help. Yeah. But no, it's good. Empty. It's
very addictive.
Very addictive. Yeah, I'm about to say because like I'm part of Haunted Houses, which is obviously how I met you guys, and it is addictive. I went on my very first ghost hunt about 3 or 4 years ago with my girlfriend, and been addicted ever since. And it's just like you'll go to no 2 places are the same. I find. I sometimes find like one's more. I don't know how to describe it, but the atmosphere's thick. You know, or then you go to another area and it's just dead flat, and it's like normal. It's just like a house, you know. Or you go to another place and you feel like something's on your shoulders, like weighing you down, and it's a weird feeling. And like explaining it, I don't do it any justice, but you guys will know exactly what I mean.
Definitely 100%, mate. Not only that though, but it doesn't necessarily have to be different locations because we've returned to a lot of our locations,
I was just going to say that,
and it's always been different. It's never been the same. So that to me, it makes it more believable. Do you know what I mean?
That was like that, the house in the trees, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel specific dates are of an importance as well to haunting.
Yeah,
I do feel that.
Do you feel like certain months as well? I mean, I'm going to throw that old cliche again, but like, do you feel like Halloween as well is? Does it sparkle?
Well, Halloween's the
spirits
for every scare, isn't it?
Well, I don't think it makes a difference.
No.
I think dates to do to what happened there, so the history of it. So if that's the day, somebody died there, then they will tend to come back then, and so on. Or if it's an anniversary, a birthday, or maybe I think that can also pull.
I think what's great about the month of October is that it just starts going dark early throughout the October.
Yeah, so, of course,
it's the atmosphere, it's the moon, the atmosphere, it's the mood. Do you know what I mean? It just helps to...
I can't wait for Halloween because I'm about to jump off a roof with me broom.
Yeah, love Halloween.
Is it their favourite time of month? Like just go flying on broom and things like that. But
it's just like Christmas.
Especially for paranormal investigators. Of course, I'm exactly the same boat. But it's my favourite time of the year, and it's just. But I'm a big horror movie fan, and I like thrillers and scary films, and I like to be scared. And even on a ghost hunt, I'll go.
Come with us, then.
Yeah, I know. I think I will. To be honest, I might have to set you up on this offer. To be honest, and. And I like to be scared, and like I've watched, obviously I subscribe to you guys, and I've watched some of your videos and things like that, and stuff that you've captured on camera. I can't explain, and it's really weird. And
we stand there sometimes scratching our heads, don't we? Thinking, did that just happen? And I'm the medium. I know he did.
but I'm always first person to like. So if this door in studio just slammed behind us right now, I'd always be first person to stand up and try and debunk it and have a look and think, is there a draft? Things like that.
Really.
We were doing it all the more at first, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we've sort of stepped back away from debunking so much now because we're used to things happening now in different places, the areas we've been. I think it's just the experience you gain. And I think because we're there, and obviously the viewers are watching a video, so
of course.
They don't feel exactly what we're feeling at that moment in time. So the way we have to take our emotions into consideration of what we're feeling at that time and what has actually just happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And link those together. And when we do go into a new building, we do listen, don't we? The natural noises,
we're getting used to the noises now.
Training outside,
when buildings are beginning to settle, we know the
noises.
But we know the different noise.
The difference
it's
now.
Weird at that.
So are you a true believer or semi-skeptic?
I'm to be honest, it's a good question to fit. I'm on the fence. I'm sort of like I believe it when I see it, sort of thing. But like things have happened throughout investigations and even in my own house that I can't put my finger on. Like, you know, I can't explain it. Like, for example, our house isn't fairly old. It's like, I think it was 1980, I think it was built. So it's fairly recent in house standards sort of thing. And for some reason, behind our fridge, we'll just start hearing a scratching every now and then. And then I'm thinking, oh, it might be a cat outside or a bird on chimney or whatever. And I'll go and have a look outside and there's nothing around. And then I'll come back and it'll carry on, then it'll stop, then it'll carry on, then it'll stop. And I think,
have you got the diary with us?
It's
next
weird.
Investigation at your house then.
But it's just things like that. But I'm on the fence, to be honest.
Okay.
Even though I do investigations with haunted houses and things like that, I'm on the fence. But I just want something to like
pop out,
not like boom, and that's it, you know.
Then you probably run off.
I think I need a new pair of underwear. But I'd stand and want to witness it and see it for myself, and I think I'd be absolutely flabbergasted, to be honest.
That's totally understandable, though. That is, I mean, there's a difference between a full-on skeptic and someone who's skeptical but very open-minded. And like, with a skeptic who's a hard skeptic, they'll always have. We know one ourselves, don't we? He's a great lad. And we love it because we learn from it. Do you know what I mean? Now, we'd love to have the skeptical input on our videos because it brings something new. Like, it opens my mind. If someone says, like, the road one that we did, Skull Lane. We heard what sounded like at that moment in time. A woman's scream. And it did sound like a woman screamed, and it put chills straight through us. And people are commenting on the YouTube video saying it's a fox or a barn owl, and we've actually done research, haven't we? And it does sound a little bit like a barn owl, but
we only heard it once.
Because they're very repetitive animals are, and they make the noise.
I looked up on that. They normally do 2 to 3 times. This was just once, and it's happened once the whole night. But we had no wildlife and nothing. We were in the middle of nowhere.
Strange.
It was really weird. Just around that area where the area was. No wildlife, no, rats or voles scuttering about like you normally in the woods and that. Nothing.
Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, mate. You can also learn from skeptics, though, because they might actually debunk something, and you look at it and say, "Do you know what? They're actually
It's nice to have that side of coin as well, isn't it? So it's not just like you're not going head first. Oh, it's paranormal, but you're not like.
And on your next investigation, if you're outside and you hear that sound, you know that a skeptic's told you that this is what it is. So you learn from that. So it's a good thing.
Learning by mistakes.
Yeah. But if it's a skeptic that's coming on your channel and saying, "Oh, it's a load of blah, blah, blah,"
this, that, and other,
then it's a bit.
You think, come on, guys, it's like level-headed.
I think that you have to respect people's beliefs.
Yeah, of course,
definitely. 100%.
But I don't think we're too over the top. As a group with what we do anyway.
No.
I mean, we don't think, "Oh God, that was a noise." Oh yeah, that was definitely paranormal.
Sometimes when me and Mark have been on his own, we've actually been OTT because we've actually felt the things in them caves, mate.
You know what? Funnily enough,
so what you're saying is you feel a hell of a lot safer with me.
Just the place we went.
No, it depends on where you go, because there's one way out, and one way in, and one way out in them caves, and we're really banging around us within the walls. Do you know what I mean? And the temperature drops, you could feel it.
We could have said that was the most scariest place, couldn't we?
That is my top in the top 3, mate. By far,
Yeah, that Templar cave for me is my personal favourite that you guys have done. And Mark, just to see your face in that video as well. 90% of that video was you just like looking at Paul in sheer disbelief, like, what is going on, what's happening?
It was really strange.
Really scary. Really scary. That did really put the shivers in me, that did. Yeah. It really did. Yeah.
Fascinating, though. I do find it truly fascinating, and it's great to have you on the show, guys. And thank you very much. Like I said, thank you for coming on. And we'll have our first song of the night. And I can't, of course, without having the paranormal investigators on. We have playing a bit of Ghostbusters.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much for coming on. And like I said, we'll touch on all things paranormal and things like that. But what I want to know, guys, is how did you all meet?
Well, long story, innit, Mark? Go on, mate. You.
Me and Paul work together.
And,
we're on about ghosts, aren't we, all the time? We thought, right, we're going to start something up, me and Paul. And so we did, didn't we?
Yeah. 4 years in the making.
4 years in the making.
God.
The ghosts on Trent.
Get less time for murder.
So we decided we needed a medium, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Who did I ask for you, Barbara? Can you tell? What was your name?
Yeah, but you asked Lisa, didn't you?
Lisa,
and
that was it.
She
put
said
me on to Barbara. Like.
It'd more suit me, so here we are.
Here we are.
Bonded team.
Yeah.
Brothers in arms.
I've had to say, so how long have you guys been together? So 5, 10 years?
13 months.
13
I'm about to say, wow, I tell you what.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said, I'd have said a long time, because the chemistry is brilliant, obviously, with you guys, and obviously watching videos and things like that, it's...
Well, I must say, as very first investigation, we just clicked, and it's like we've known each other for years.
Yeah,
honestly.
weird.
We knew it was meant to be, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we just gelled instantly. There was no nervousness, there was nothing was there. I felt really, because for being a woman as well.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's go on an investigation. You're like, normal women would be like, hello, pardon. But no, you've just made me feel absolutely amazing and comfortable throughout. So, do you like me big brothers now?
Oh,
yeah.
We've got our own little ghost family.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. No, that's fantastic. So, no. A question I want to pitch to you guys, and something I'm a bit sceptical on, is ghost hunting apps. What are your views on them?
I totally agree. But, see, me and you, Mark, we've always been sceptical of them, haven't we? From day one.
Yeah.
And we have said that. But at the Grand Pavilion, we tried necrophonic.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ah, right,
we?
okay.
Yeah.
And I must admit, some of the responses we had out of that were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We have had responses out of it in the Haunting Grounds video, his latest video, I believe that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Latest video. We had some great responses there. And also we used what was that called?
We've got the Ghost Speak one, and then we used a different one last night.
The Miracle Box we've used at Antwerp Mansion.
Yes,
and
that
was really good as well.
Yeah.
Well, we detuned one, didn't we?
Yes, but that's not a phone app, is it?
No.
Oh, that's
So-
PS.
PSB7 Spirit Box.
Oh, right, okay.
A lot of people use them with the aerial in. So
Yeah.
it picks up radio stations, and from those frequencies, it spits words out.
Yeah.
But we decided to detune it, so take the aerial off, so it doesn't pick up radio stations. So you know that any words that come out of that static, any voices or sounds,
it's not a radio station picking it up, basically. Yeah.
And we have had
some really good stuff out of that.
Strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
It's mad.
But you'd have to log on.
But it doesn't happen often on that, I must say.
But you'll have to log on and go to Ghosts on Trent on YouTube, like and subscribe, and watch the videos, guys.
Tell you what.
To see, yes, I'm plugging us today.
I tell you what, how much are you paying her for PR? Fantastic. No.
Well, it's all free.
Yeah, exactly. A free publicity. I'd take it while I can, guys. Of course, why not? But I'm a bit on the fence with apps. Obviously, like you see them on app stores and they're like £8 to £40 and things like that. And I just think
it's just a money racket.
Yeah, and I think anyone could make an app. I think anyone could, make things like that and not look into the science and things like that behind it. And it's just, we'll charge people £10 for this app, and it don't work. And do you feel like some companies are like exploiting that sort of market, that department?
Totally agree.
Well, we can't answer for most apps because we haven't used them.
We haven't used a lot of apps.
But I will say, necrophonic, I asked it some questions, and it would not have just randomly spat them answers out.
No, it's very strange. But
it's weird. It's strange. You can't really say.
So I don't know.
What I will say is though, is phones can record you. Now,
exactly.
I don't know if you guys have ever had it, but this is 100% legit because I know people have, and it's happened to me. I've been talking to my lady. No. I've been talking to my lady about buying something.
And the advert.
I've gone on Facebook, scrolled down, and it's there.
Yeah.
It knows what I'm talking about. So for these apps, are these apps using this kind of software where you're saying, "Can you please say hello?" So it registers hello and it says hello back to you.
I see.
Do you know what I mean? So there is that.
Or is it
there is that.
The recordings, like
recordings? Yeah.
I think it's a very grey area. And I'm sure you guys are probably the same. And like you say, Paul, it might be that it's that algorithm, isn't it? Like it comes to Christmas and you're asking for, or you'll Google, I don't know, a Lamborghini, and then next thing you know, it's going through Facebook and sales for Lamborghinis, and it's things like that. But I've had my first message in of the evening, guys, and Kerry has got in touch, and she wants to ask what you were sensing, Barbara, in the studio earlier.
Oh, right. Well, me and Mark actually sensed this.
Oh, you and Mark, sorry.
Yeah. And I did feel like a man came he ran in, kind of put his head between us, and he ran back out again. But I felt it as well there in the door. But I don't know if on a break I might have a walk around and see what else, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can pick anything up, but I do think
like
it's
a draft to me, like a draft coming.
No, yeah, but we both turned.
Yeah.
To me, I've got a man who did that, so...
Yeah.
And I am sitting here.
Do you feel like you're being watched, so to speak, or do you go to locations where you feel like...
I've just come up round some stairs, but... down some stairs, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've came through a door and down some stairs, but I do feel this guy's up around the top, and then there's another room at the back.
That's right.
I've never been in this building before, but as I'm sitting here, I am picking that he is mostly there, and he's come down to see what we're doing.
Very strange, but if you want to get in touch and you've got a message for the guys in the studio tonight, you can text the studio on 88440. Start your text with 60. Our texts are charged at standard network rate, ladies and gents, so do be careful. You can email studio@sixtowns.co.uk. Send us a message on Facebook, facebook.com/sixtowns, or you send us a tweet at 6townsradio. I think Barbara's going to go for a wander, to be honest.
I am really excited. Did we bring any equipment, guys?
No.
Oh, no.
She's dying. Oh, that'd have been amazing, to be honest. I'll tell you what, next time, we'll get you on next time, I'm sure. And we'll have to do a little investigation. But now I can pitch it to the directors if you want to do an investigation in the night and things like that. So
that'd be great.
We'll leave it into that, to be honest. But no, so obviously, like we've touched on how long you've been active. But one thing I want to ask is, what's been your inspiration for starting a paranormal investigating team and things like that?
Start with you, Paul, because you had an experience, didn't you?
Yeah. When I was 15, I had an experience. I'm not going to say the name of the place because we're working on it.
All right, fair enough.
The replies I've had have been crazy, though. It makes you want it even more. So yeah, I was about 15 at the time, and I was working at this place, just doing odd jobs on the weekend, as you used to be able to do before all the health and safety stuff came in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Many moons ago. And I actually had an experience where this room was divided by a blue sheet, like a big plastic sheet.
Yeah.
And this side of the room, there was, on the right side of the room, there was little kilns that they put little tiny figures in.
Oh, okay.
Like miniatures, little vases and what have you. So yeah, it went freezing cold to the point where I couldn't move. I literally could not move. I was frozen to the ground. And this sheet started lifting up, and you could see like an outline of a body sort of thing, shape. And then the sheet fell back down, and I could hear it walking towards me, like really slowly.
Yeah.
And I was just literally, I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And there was a few cups on shelves at the side of the room, and on the floor. And it was like, wow.
Yeah, and like saying, I'd imagine you're the first person that's trying to debunk it and think like,
because with me being young, I was like, oh, someone's having me on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
looking for your mates
mind's
and that.
playing tricks.
Yeah.
And that, but what makes it the more thingy for me now is that I have been in contact with them because I knew the family well that owned it.
Okay.
They don't own it anymore. It's been taken over. But yeah, I've been down there, I've emailed, I've been on the phone with them, and they've come back to me and said that it's actually too haunted in there for us to let you in, and that
actually said.
Yeah. The workers don't want you to stir it up anymore because it's already bad enough for them. That was the reply I got. And
we
said,
so need to get there.
We so need to get there.
I'll tell you what, while you were talking then, Paul, Barbara, you couldn't sit still, could you? Like,
We've just heard stuff. There is stuff going on in here, and it's like, wow. We just heard that, didn't we, Mark?
No. Seriously?
We just heard someone giggle.
What, like a child or like a woman?
Is it going through these?
It should be.
It was like a... Want it?
I'm saying nothing.
Be able to see if the microphone's picked it up on the camera.
Yeah,
Mark is
strange.
Literally.
I love Mark. Mark's fantastic.
Yeah.
If for anyone who's never watched these before, obviously go and watch them on YouTube. Check them out. Ghosts on Trent, and just look for Mark. You'll know exactly what I mean.
It's
the star of the show, isn't he?
Yeah, it's ghost hunting /comedy with Mark. It is. But he makes it.
He really does. He really does make it. Sorry, Mark, we're not picking on your role like that, mate. No, it's just
He definitely makes the evening, don't you?
No, but
have fun, don't we?
But what about you guys? So obviously, like, what experiences? If I had to ask you for like the best experience that you've had, not just since you guys have been together, but like throughout your entire life, what's been the best and the most real experience that you've had?
I have loads of experiences, so they can be very emotional for me, traumatic even sometimes. But I think on our ghost hunting, the best one, I like it when we get things thrown at us.
Yeah.
I do. I think the best, the one where me and you were stood at the Four Crosses.
Yeah.
And the ghost literally walked through us.
Yeah.
And you heard the footsteps on the floor.
Yeah.
I laughed and his face just went...
Didn't know what to do.
I don't know whether it's because I'm...
You're used to it.
Yeah, but some things still scare me.
Yeah.
We've been in places I'm like, I'm absolutely not going in there.
Yeah.
I like to think I keep myself in the light.
Yeah.
And I don't like...
the dark stuff, do you?
No, I don't.
Whereas me and Mark, on the other hand, we want to get into the dark stuff. We want to be spinning, don't we? We want stuff
they say this now. They say this now, but I've been actually on hunts with them. They wouldn't trust me. No, but no, obviously.
I'd love it.
From my point of view as a medium, it can be dangerous, and I always say to you, it's a joke, isn't it? Really, that I say, I'm only the medium. I can tell you what's there. And I haven't got a number for a priest.
Yeah, basically.
So.
Because we do believe in that. We do believe it can be very dangerous. If you're messing with the wrong thing, I think there is some really bad things out there.
I wouldn't advise people to go out doing stupid things.
No, like I say, you've got to know what you're doing, aren't you, really? And like people will listen to this now and think, nah, it's a load of rubbish. But honestly, I think you've got to become prepared and you've got to go it the right way. If you just go into it all naive and things happen to you, that's how things really happen to you, isn't it, really? You're just dead stubborn, but I think you've got to be prepared and
definitely.
Look into
we
really.
had a really emotional one, didn't we? That was alive on Facebook, the house in the trees.
Oh yeah.
Where we were speaking to the elderly lady was there, and she was responding on the REM pod, and she just wanted to get us out there, so she gave us a bit of action. But that, knowing that she was in that trauma there, that kind of set my emotions off, didn't it? I felt really bad.
Well, we went in the daytime, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah.
And, we never heard it, did we, that voice?
No.
We never heard it.
On camera.
Quote on camera. It was like, get out.
No, it
get
wasn't.
out my house.
It was, will you leave my house?
That was it, yeah. Will you leave my
like
house?
clear.
Clear, very clear, yeah. And it's called, the video's called The House in the Trees.
Yeah.
And we went in the daytime, just myself and Mark.
Get out then? Where did we hear that one? I'm sure we
that was on that, and then we went back to doing the investigation. I came with you.
That was it.
And like the guy that was there was another spirit there that was male, and he was just trying to frighten us off. And
well, we felt him come past the corridor, didn't we? And run out.
Yeah. So it can be quite. There's no best experience. There's no worst experience. It all just
unique.
Depends on what you come into contact with.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. No, like I'd never had anything thrown because like I say, I'm a bit on the fence and things like that. Even as a member of staff, we haunted houses, and but like when we went to Dudley Castle, obviously when I met you, Mark and Paul, and we had rocks thrown at us and all sorts. But then we had it's surreal. Yeah. But I'm one of these. I'm always egging. Like in my mind, I won't stand there and be like, like you watch these American paranormal investigation and it's a load of rubbish, to be honest. And you'll just see them like egging them on. But I'm sat there in silence in the dark. Guys are doing a Ouija board, and stones were thrown. Yeah. And I'm at back at room, and this is like at front at room, and I'm like, and then obviously you're like, I had guests, sort of like, oh, you've thrown that, and I'm like,
that's what it's about.
I'm sat in the dark at the back of the room. Yeah. What are the odds I find a rock off the floor and just throw it in the dark and it land directly on the table without hitting anyone? Like,
we had this with
it's strange.
We had it
the Grand Pavilion.
The screw was thrown there.
Thrown it at another lady, the guests that were with us at the time.
Wow.
And there was no one down that area where it came from.
No, there was only us,
And we've had bricks thrown at me at the Waterworks place.
Oh, yeah. You were shouting me, weren't you? So
Yeah. That really got me going. Mm-hmm. I was accusing these for weeks.
It was done.
Honestly,
it wasn't.
I was accusing them for weeks.
You went a bit weirded out, didn't you?
Yeah, proper. But we did return there, didn't we?
And it's happened again, didn't it?
And they weren't. It wasn't as violent. It wasn't as violent. There was little taps even there where you could hear them being thrown. You know?
Yeah, slightly.
Oh, yeah.
We went that place the other night, didn't we? Was it last week? Was it? The other night?
Which one?
Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
We had the tapping on windows, didn't we? Playing as did.
Yeah.
Footsteps.
Yeah.
Coming up the gravel path. Running
up the path.
Honestly,
that's his latest video, isn't it?
It's gutting as well how much we actually miss when the camera's off.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
So,
I find that.
It's as though they know that you're recording.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable sometimes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's we've had one where there was hammering, and the camera was off in Antwerp. Can you remember?
Yeah. Dead loud, wasn't it? That. Dead loud.
No problem. So, like, my one of my favourite places is Ford Green Hall. Obviously,
we haven't been in there.
Mainly, that's a good one, but mainly for sentimental reasons. Like I said, that was my first one, and we went. I think it was the second time we went, and it was just me and my girlfriend. We went investigation and things like that. This was when we were a bit shy and timid, and not as ardent as we are now, but if that's the word. And it's like we got home, didn't think anything of it. Got into bed, started going to sleep. Rolled over. Next thing we heard at my bed were, yeah, and I was like, I cleansed up, and then like my girlfriend cleansed up, and she's like, "Did you hear that?" And I went, "Yeah," but everyone else was asleep. This was like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, and the parents were asleep in bed, and ever since then, like obviously I went to live back in Sheffield when I was living back with my parents, and my girlfriend had messaged me throughout the weekend saying like, oh, she's heard noises, she's heard bangs, she's heard like taps and things like that, and it was just strange. And we worked it out. It was this little boy, which I won't say his name in case, it comes back. But and it was weird. It was surreal, and things like that happened. That, like I say, even being on the fence, even being one of these people that believes it when he sees it, I can't explain it. I can't. I can't put my head around it. And things like that.
I think as well with spirit, it's once you start getting into seeing one, so you've been there. It's like when you buy a new car. You think, I haven't seen none of these cars. Then you buy that car and you see
it everywhere.
So I think when you're ghost hunting, it's a very similar experience. So you start listening out more. So your senses become a lot more aware.
Yeah, I believe that.
You start opening up a little bit.
Because when we first started, I mean, obviously, Barbara being the medium, she's always been open to it anyway and always gets them senses anyway. When we first started, me and Mark were like, we're not really hearing nothing and nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? But now, Jesus, we know straight, as soon as we walk into a building, we feel it.
I make them actually wear a bracelet. We've got, as I've said before, we've got one each, all exactly the same. They forget to wear theirs. just put that out there.
Do you feel like those sort of crystals, Barbara, do you feel like they sort of like anger spirits? Or?
No, I feel that crystals, these are basically just for protection. So there's amethyst and different ones on here that just protect you from being followed home, taken over. I mean, if something really does want to follow you home, then as I say, ring a priest.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm surprised my girlfriend didn't, to be honest.
But I do, it helps, let's say, with everything, so we do get very tired, and I just feel that they're a little bit more protected when we go out into situations that I know what's going on more or less when I get there, but, something could happen, and I just feel like as a team I like to look after.
Something happened to us once, didn't you remember?
Where was that?
Was it the army barracks?
Yeah.
We lost the
lost footage.
Yeah.
Really weird.
It was a place that I absolutely refused to enter.
Yeah. Oh, how come?
It was really dark.
That atmosphere.
There was what they call it, rituals had been done. I described basically. We pulled up, and I said, "I'm not going in there. There's rituals." I'd never even been there. Yeah. I said, "There's a white barrier telling me I cannot pass. There's rituals, there's writing on the wall." I described the layout of the buildings. I've never even been there before.
Yeah, and you were
I was spot on with all of it. But I saw a shadow. I was with Paul and I saw a dark shadow go up the stairs. I said, we cannot go up them stairs. It's trying to encourage us to go upstairs.
Yeah.
And we went to rewind it back, and 7 minutes of the footage had disappeared.
Disappeared, yeah.
And it had never done that before?
Never done that before. No. And it hasn't done it since, I don't think, has it? No. Never done it since.
Have you been back since?
No, we haven't been back.
I'm about to say that.
I did then begin to sage us all and said, right, we're off.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So we don't just go running into anywhere.
Yeah, we do check it out.
And we like
me and you go in the daytime as well, don't we, Mark?
Yeah.
Most of these places.
We've found, Liam, we've had more action
in the daytime.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's surprising.
Yeah.
That's very surprising.
Yeah, because a lot of people think ghosts come out at night.
Yeah,
That's not the case.
No.
They're there 24/7 or whenever, how their normal routine used to be in life.
They're what called residual.
Residual, yeah.
Ghosts, yeah. They just basically come in and carry out their day, so...
Yeah. For anyone who's listening right now, obviously, like, I'm sure you guys know the answer, but like, could you tell the listeners what the difference is between a ghost and a spirit? Because a lot of people think they're exactly the same thing, but obviously they're not.
Go on, Paul.
Well, I don't really study this kind of stuff, but my personal experience from a ghost and a spirit is spirits will just continue to go about their daily stuff, and a ghost and a haunting, so to speak, is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's right.
A haunting is someone who's stayed there through trauma, or they've experienced a severe illness, or they've done something really bad. So I feel that they kind of are a bit stuck, but a lot of them want to stay there, stuck.
It's like a replay of of an event.
It's like on loop.
Yeah.
And you can, that's visitation, and you can see them as well, visual.
But I have had come across before with another friend of mine that's a medium, where we've had someone ask, I say someone, it's a spirit, wanting us to move them on as well. So you do get asked, I don't want to be here no more.
Have you ever done anything like that, Barbara?
I've done one. But it does take quite a lot of energy, and
I can imagine.
I work as a medium alone, and a lot of mediums normally do group together, so but if they can use energies and stuff like that.
But if you do that, do you have to be like trained up in that? Do you have to be qualified for things like that?
I mean, you can't just go to fearsome.
No, that's why I asked.
But my advice for anyone that is doing that and want to move forward is to go and get themselves into a little group on Facebook with other mediums and so on.
There's loads out there. There's lots.
And because there's lots of people do things lots of different ways, and you need to find experience.
Right for you as well.
And the experience is a big thing as well. So you need to be out there doing all of that.
Yeah. Oh, great. But another thing I want to touch on is, or discuss more rather, is favourite places. What's been your favourite place to go to, or is there somewhere, anywhere, that you'd love to go and investigate?
Well, we already know the place we'd love to investigate, don't we? Which we can't name.
Yeah. But I would like to visit Ireland.
Where?
Ireland.
Yeah. Ireland's supposed to be really haunted, isn't it?
I've never been. Never been to Ireland, to be honest.
No, I've never been myself, but it's supposed to be really haunted there. Scotland, there's a few places in Scotland that I'd love to go. But what's been our favourite?
I don't know. I've had lots of favourites.
That's a good question.
Sorry, Paul.
I think my favourites when we first got real action was at that cemetery at Cannock Chase.
Cannock Chase, Cannock Chase is really good.
That was really good.
I like it where the action's going off. So anywhere that we've had K2 hits or REM pod action, or I've gone in as well and done my medium thing, not known nothing about the place, and gone in and just named everything. That's because I like it when it backs the evidence up.
Yeah, of course.
Myself, yeah.
So do you go into it as a medium? Do you go into it completely blind, completely?
The majority of our hunts, I have not known where we're going on the night.
No.
I mean, it is harder for us now, obviously, because we're with haunted houses. If we get locations through them, that information is available on the website, the dates and times we're going. So, you know, Barbara could actually,
I don't.
She doesn't, but obviously a skeptic would say, you know,
you've been looking on Google.
Yeah.
She's looked on their website to see when they're going there, and she knows where they're going. Do you know what I mean?
But
Thirsty East Drive as well. I couldn't really go in there and do that as a massive...
Because it's so well known.
Because it's well known.
Yeah, of course.
But we do like to throw something in the mix where I don't know, don't we?
But I must admit, when we first started as well, Barbara, we'd been to a place in Hanley. I'm not going to name the place because it's now sealed and you shouldn't be in there. But Barbara picked up on things that we couldn't find throughout the history when we looked Mark. But we got in touch with a historian and he come back with information that
collaborated with
what Barbara had said.
Yeah.
And this had never been known. This weren't on record, but only historian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's quite a few things, aren't there, where we've thought this through, and they're like, "How did you even know that?"
Yeah.
I've come out with names, and they've had to dig, haven't they? And
that place in Manchester, we went in them caves.
Yeah,
that little lad.
We've discovered something else
in the World War II tunnels. That was outside the tunnels.
Outside the tunnels.
So they keep me around because they kind of know I'm pretty legit, like. But
yeah, we're doing something right.
She has impressed.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I understand you, Paul. You were a bit sceptical on mediums and psychics and things like that.
We both were. Yeah.
Well, she's really.
Can't believe it.
Yeah. What? There's loads of stuff happened, hasn't there? That we just can't. I know stuff, and I don't even know how I know this stuff. I don't know. But I don't even know where it comes from.
How does it come to you then? Is it just like a light bulb moment?
I can have a picture, like a flash of a picture, a little couple of seconds video image. I don't know. I can see a shadow or I hear things. I don't know. Do you know why I do this medium for this group? I don't even know what all that's called, because there's clairvoyancy, there's something or other. I've never even studied it.
No.
I can just do it. Do not start, Mark. We're not going something in the studio.
We're on an investigation, mate.
We're on the radio.
I'm about to say, for anyone who's listening, Mark's just got the EBGBs.
He's going to pull a K2 meter out.
I'm about to say, he's not nipping to the car, is he? He's going to come downstairs.
Yeah.
No, it's no. Obviously, if you're listening, he can't get you or anything like that. Don't worry.
But yeah, we've had some amazing experiences, haven't we? And I cannot wait to have more. That's all I can say. Yeah. We cannot wait to bring you some physical evidence, visual evidence of a ghost. That's our game. That's our end game.
It is. Yeah.
That's what we want.
Well, that's it. But no, that's it. That's been the first hour, guys. You've lasted an hour already. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? But no, obviously, we've got another hour to go. When we come back, we'll be discussing skeptics and plenty of other things to keep you going. See you in a minute, guys. You enjoying it so far? You all right?
Yeah. Still nervous.
Yeah, still nervous.
You just me just, aren't you?
No, it's all right. No, don't worry about it. Now, Kerry's got in touch again, and she wants to ask a question about equipment. What is your most reliable piece of equipment or something that you've struggled to debunk?
That has got to be the PSB7.
Yeah.
The detuned PSB7. Now, a PSB7 is what they call a spirit box. I'm sure if you follow other channels and you've seen on TV, you've heard of these and you've seen them in action. Basically, it's just a little spirit box, like a radio. You can actually, if you leave the aerial in, you will pick up radio stations. Yeah. You'll pick up lorry drivers, taxi ranks, all that good stuff. Yeah. like a CB back in the old days. But yeah, we actually decided to detune ours, take the aerial out, like I previously said. And what you do is you scan through channels and you can change the speed on what the scan actually goes. So the slower, it'll go, then quick, it's we have it on the fastest, don't we?
Yeah, so it's white noise then.
It's just white noise completely. And obviously, because we've taken the aerial out, we shouldn't get any voices through it from any other radio stations, any other radio signals and what have you. And there's been times where we've had voices through it, and that to me is absolutely unexplainable.
The voices,
because it's very rare that we do get that.
The voices have also answered questions at the time. So when it came through, we've said how many people are in the room, and we've had 12.
Yeah.
I think that's on the video, isn't it, or something?
I think We've done it at...
Antwerp.
Well, we had good responses at Antwerp first time.
And we were in that lady's house.
And the house was really good, really responsive once.
Because it said the name of the lad. So it said the name of the lad that was living at the house through the PSB
7.
Just white noise with no aerial. And so... We kind of can't debunk that.
Yeah, no.
So it's like, okay,
and
then.
we do always try it on every single investigation that we've been on. You won't see it in the videos because that's how rare it is that we actually get something through it.
Yeah.
And because it's loud and it's static noise, we don't like putting it in the video.
Yeah, of course.
It does.
Yeah, it just play with your ears.
So if you do actually see that come into the video, we've got evidence on it because we'd only put it in for that reason that we have actually had evidence on it. And it's a very rare occasion.
We've even just stood there shaking our own heads, haven't we? Thinking,
like disbelief.
How? How? And I'm the medium, so it's like...
Yeah,
it's got to be... In fact, that's what we say, isn't it? If it comes through that, it's definitely paranormal. Paranormal.
It's got to be.
Is there any piece of equipment that you would like to add to your collection?
Yeah, I like that. Heat-seeking thing we can get.
The thermal imaging. Thermal imaging, but it's very expensive.
Oh well, you can get one. You can do some more overtime.
But that's the thing at the moment. We're non-profit. As you know. We have got a donation button. A couple of people have donated, which we really appreciate, guys. Thank you very much if you're listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We work hard, don't we, Mark? We're doing 12-hour shifts. We do 4 on, 4 off. So in those 4 days that we're off, we do investigate.
Yeah.
But we've spent a lot of money on this, but it's something that we enjoy, and we're trying to make. We've just brought a second camera now. Yeah. We're trying to make, things better for the viewers, the viewing experience.
Yeah, of course.
And also with the 2 cameras, it's least chance now we're going to miss something. We can cover more angles, can't we?
Yeah, cover more ground as well. So obviously, like you could be in one room doing an investigation and have other ones set up. So
exactly,
in a different room.
Lock off cameras and what have you. Yeah.
Plus, we can show that we aren't cheating.
Yeah, well, exactly. We like to. We're always. I think we're over the top with it sometimes because of how real we actually are. You know what I mean? And we just want to provide that solid evidence for the viewers. Because that's something, for me as a viewer, when I used to watch Most Haunted back in the day on TV, I was always like, God, I was well into it.
We're same.
But there was times where they'd catch something. Like, for instance, there was one where a cross moved on a piece of paper on one of the shows.
Oh, yeah.
And the problem was that the point at where the cross was pulled was cut off on the camera.
Ah, I see. I'm with you.
Now I was screaming like, "Come on, man, get a full room camera. Let's see the whole room. You would have had amazing evidence there." You know what I mean? So for us, I'm always thinking about that now. Every time we're investigating, where should we have a camera?
Yeah, when we bring you this evidence, we want it to be
unexplainable.
So you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I cannot even say that they've even done anything to that.
Yeah.
And it's all just pure raw footage. It's not edited. It's not manipulated or anything, shape or form.
It's the only thing that's edited is to cut it down, just change the scene.
So you're not sitting there for 2 hours with the boring bits. Is the main thing.
We
put it in the bite size.
Long if you saw it all. It'd be 5 hours long.
I mean,
spend a long time.
You don't just go ghost hunting and they start performing like you've just paid go to the circus.
You have to sit there a long time.
It takes a lot of hours, doesn't it? And sometimes we'll get loads of things going on and then you get nothing, and then we'll go places sometimes and you don't get anything, but you could go back there another time and then it could be all kicking off again.
We went to place a couple of months ago, wasn't it, Paul? You've been with us, Bob, as well. And the action, as soon as you walk through the door, bang, 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 bang.
It started
all night after that, nothing.
Nothing
at all.
Yeah.
It just all happened and then went.
It's like, I don't know, it's like training a sea lion, I reckon.
Do you sometimes have investigations as well where you'll go for 4, 5, 6 hours and you might get 10 minutes of footage?
Yeah, that's it. Place was on about
loads of times.
Or 10 minutes of activity even. So
or none.
Oh, none. But that, like you say, it's no certainties, is there? Like there's no going to an you pay your money to go to your locations and things like that, and there's no certainty. There's no guarantees that you're going to see a spirit or a white lady walk from room to room or something thrown at you or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do feel
at all.
No.
I think though that the more respectful we are, we get more back.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
We don't agree with antagonising.
No, of course not. Not like certain programs.
And I always think, obviously being the medium as well, that's always somebody's family members. It could be someone's mother, someone's son, someone's brother, someone's sister. So we like to go in with complete and utter respect, don't we?
Yeah, which is the best way to go about it as well. And like you say, that feeling's reciprocated then. So like obviously they see you're being nice, so they might think, oh well, I'll be nice, I'll interact with
At the end of the day, they were human
like
beings once, weren't they?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And some people might think of that and think, oh, well, they're dead, they're ghosts, the spirits and stuff like that. But like, they are real people. They were real people, and they were here. So
there was this one time we nearly got arrested, though.
Oh God! Is this a radio-friendly version? Just give us that version.
Well, I was outside telling the police officer, I've just been speaking to a little girl.
Yeah.
And he literally thought he meant a real little girl.
Oh, real little girl.
Yeah.
So no, but that all got cleared up really quickly when I said I'm a ghost hunter. So.
Oh, fair enough.
Just to touch on the action and what have you at certain places and what we do with the videos.
Yeah, of course.
Blah, blah. When we first started, we'd put every video out, wouldn't we, Mark?
Yeah.
And I must admit, some of them are very, very boring because we literally get nothing. But we feel it's important to show that. Now, I know a lot of people on YouTube, the viewers, they go there to see, I want to see video, action,
all the time. Yeah.
But when you're genuine, you'll find that you are boring.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We want to show the other side of it.
But the good thing is, with the personalities we've got, I mean, Mark and Barbara together are brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I'm just the cameraman who sits back, listening to it, and laughing my head off. But I think what we bring that other groups, don't more or less bring is that when it is boring, we do actually have a bit of a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we make it interesting
and
that way.
I think like Mark's just hit nail on head. Like you want to see that side to it as well because that's the real side to it. Going around this bravado of men like banging on doors and effing and jeffing and stuff like that. And that's not real. That's that's not how you do it. But
if you go along to a normal ghost hunt.
Yeah.
This what you see with us is more or less what you're going to experience. You may use a bit more equipment like this table tipping and we don't tend to really use Ouija boards, do we? I don't. Really. I basically feel like I am the connection so we don't need that.
But when we do get something, we get it, don't we?
We get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and you can tell by our faces,
Yeah, of course.
You only have to look at the expression on our faces, especially when me and Mark are on.
That's why I like as well that we use the equipment because it a lot of the time will back up what I'm saying.
Yeah, it will.
Because I could just go in and say, oh yeah, he's Joe Bloggs, he's just walked over and done this, but unless the equipment's going off.
Yeah,
I like it when it coincides as well. So,
and it's one of those as well where if we have had a boring video, then we have to cut it down shorter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so that we don't bore his audience, because someone will start watching and say, "Oh my God, this is boring. These are crap."
Yeah.
But we're not crap. We're real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But surely you're editing it, Paul. You must watch it, and obviously, like you say, you've got 4 or 5 hours, sometimes even more footage, and you're watching it and you're thinking to yourself like, this is boring. This is driving me mad, sort of thing. But that's the real side to it, though.
Yeah.
That is the reality of it. It's not just glitz and glam of Hollywood movies or things like that.
I mean, we did spend one night, didn't we, where we went to a couple of different places.
Yeah.
Just to not get.
It was literally
nothing.
It wasn't a waste of a night, obviously, because we could have had anything if it happened, but we didn't get nothing, did we?
No.
And that's just how it goes,
Yeah, sometimes. Or we've been to a place before and we've not got nothing from there, and I walked down the road.
And that place something up on the road.
And we need to get that out.
Yeah, we need to, don't we?
We do, because that is just phenomenal. I think when our viewers see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we couldn't believe it, could we, on the drive home? It was just. See, secrets, secrets. You've got to, again, like and subscribe to Ghosts on Trent on YouTube.
Yeah, honestly, guys, do check them out on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
We've got the funny video as well on TikTok.
That one did tickle me today, I will admit. But another question that's added in, Phil's got in touch and says, do you think that spirits exist on their spiritual world in real time as we know it, especially if they died hundreds of years ago, or do they come and go intermittently throughout time?
I see spirits from years ago.
Yeah.
This is a hard one to answer, really.
It is hard, this one.
Because is this, again, I don't know much about it, but does this then go back into the stone tape theory, and so on? So this is really a big, massive answer that
question
to the question.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's something that you could continue to answer and answer and answer.
Yeah.
From my past experience, I've seen ghosts from I've known 16th century, 17th century.
When we saw Richard Felix, he said about them Romans.
Yeah, who saw the Romans coming through.
But what it was, Liam, the Romans were seen on a lower, because the roads were lower.
Ah, right, okay.
Obviously, it's been built up.
Yeah, of course.
You didn't actually see him walking towards him. You looked, and they were below him.
Yeah.
And you made millions off that, didn't you? Yeah. Richard Felix said.
Probably the best ghost story ever, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
so yes, you can see.
You can actually see things, can't you?
Ghosts from.
Yeah.
Is that the answer?
I do. I've looked into the stone tape theory, and I do think it's a very. It's
plausible.
I do.
Because crystals hold energy. So why don't bricks?
Yeah.
Because it's all come from the earth.
Yeah.
I believe. Stuff was
it
already here.
Was it red brick, apparently?
Red brick, limestone as well, I think.
I've not even researched it, I don't know.
No, I'm about to say, I haven't really.
No, so if you've got a bit of time on your hands, maybe you should look into
do a bit of research.
Stone tape theory.
The stone tape theory, it's a very good theory.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look at that when I get in, to be honest. But one thing that I want to lead on to is, and we get it everywhere in every aspect, skeptics.
Right.
What are your views on skeptics?
I love them.
We welcome skeptics.
And honestly, I'd love to take skeptics out on
to be honest,
as well.
I was a bit of a skeptic when I first started.
But I've always been on the border,
You were very open though. I picked that up from our first hunt, really, didn't I?
Yeah.
I said, Mark, I know you're open.
I like a skeptic that respects people's views.
Yeah.
Not abusive towards ghost hunters, not saying it's a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
Someone who's an open-minded skeptic. I like the most.
Yeah.
The way I sort of see it is, it's a completely different topic, but it's like politics, isn't it? Like you know, you'll support this, and this other person might support that, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. You know, be abusive to each other.
Yeah, exactly. But you can have a discussion. You can sit there and say,
like kind words, don't we?
You can sit there and have a conversation and say, well, I believe this, and this is why. And other person might say the same back, and then you might have a conversation and think, well, I can see it from your point of view, and they can see it from your point of view. And I think that's how it should be, really. There shouldn't be no aggressive. There's no need to be horrible or stuff like that.
A load of cobwall.
Yeah, but I think it's.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
But I think it's easy.
Well, how do you know?
It's easy for people, don't you think, Mark, that can just, like on YouTube, and I'm sure you guys have seen it, like just comments or on social media behind a keyboard, and I just think, come on, guys.
I think they just enjoy trolling, though, don't they?
Deal with it, you know. We are prepared for that. When we started this team, I did have a meeting with the team, and I did say this is what you've got to be prepared for. And I warned you then to Barbara because you're the medium.
I tend to just not read anything. I just go through life with my eyes closed, don't I?
But it goes for all investigation teams. You know, they know that these skeptics will come on their channel and start commenting, abusing. You know, I think they all expect it to know how to deal with it. To be fair, from what I've seen on other channels, other people that are local as well, they've dealt with it quite well. Take my hat off to them. Just the way that we deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go about it, Paul, as well, because like you say, like everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and we're not saying for 1 second that you're not. Of course you are. But you've got to respect other people's opinions and other people's views and beliefs.
It's exactly like religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Different religions.
There you go.
I'm an atheist, to be fair. Well, borderline. I do believe in the Christian thing, but it's just like people's religions. You've just got to respect one another.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
And the beliefs.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any skeptics, that have been not converted, but like skeptics that were like die hard, no, it doesn't exist. I'm not buying it. This and other, and then on flip.
What do you think, Mark?
I think there's a guy at work.
Yeah, we work with a guy.
Yeah,
if you're listening, you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know, won't you?
But he's a really good lad.
Brilliant lad.
But he's very clever. He reads his books. He loves his books and that. Very clued up into him all.
Oh yeah.
And we have discussions with him. We love it, don't we?
Oh.
You know, he'll see. He watches his videos. He loves them.
Yeah.
He enjoys them. But he'll say like, "Oh, this was this. And we have a good laugh and joke, don't we, Mark? But
He's beginning to come round a bit now.
He is a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's coming around now.
I think I'd like to actually probably go and every so often go out with a skeptic.
With a skeptic, we'd love that.
Yeah, so
definitely.
Any skeptics, get in touch.
Yeah, get in touch.
Get in touch.
That's it. And we'll bring you along.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You can find them on social media, guys.
Yeah, but only if we can interview you after.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But would it be amazing?
Before and then after.
There you go. Like Markster says, and it'd be good to have someone who's flat out refuses to believe it, and then go to an investigation. It doesn't even have to be anywhere that's renowned for being haunted or anything like that. And then they come away from it and they might think, wow, that was amazing.
I've just thought of something. I've just thought of one. We did turn a skeptic into a believer when we went to that house.
Where?
Was he when we went to the house? When you were laughing at me when I goes, "Is anybody there?" What was that? Remember?
I can't remember.
Yeah, which house?
Oh God, I can't think of the name.
Narrowing it down here.
Yeah. Us three went to the house. What's the name now? Oh my God, here we go.
Oh right, yeah.
Yes,
when we
I don't want to mention a name online on air.
With the PSP when it came through as his name.
Little guy.
Oh
yes.
He
was a skeptic. Yes, you're right, Mark.
Yeah.
He was a skeptic.
I said, well, what do you think now? And he goes, do you know something, Mark? I was really, wow about
I forgot about that. Yeah. He did, didn't he?
Yeah, about the box.
The PSP7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's actually mentioned his grandma, and his grandma had passed away. God bless her.
And it said his name through the.
Remember?
Yeah.
So I think
that's actually on the YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, that's on the YouTube channel.
And where can we find that, Barbara?
What's it? It's the one with the colourful picture.
Barbara, how can we find out?
How can you find that, Barbara?
Right.
What's the link to it, Barbara?
Hold on, one moment.
I don't think you need Luke, do you, Barbara? YouTube.com/goes on Trent.
Oh, no, I'm on about the name of the video.
Oh, the name of the video, yeah. It says on there, yeah.
Hold on, one moment. I can't get no signal.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barbara's...
I think it's called The Haunted House.
The Haunted House. And it's got colours on it, so you can actually see that on there. Yeah.
Fair enough. Interesting. But, so, something that I got a bit scared of at first, but now I'm completely numb to it a little bit. But I want to ask, do you guys ever feel scared during investigations, or are you a bit numb to it after this amount of time?
No, we get scared.
Scared all the time, aren't
It depends. For me, it depends.
Yeah.
Because this is another thing where I stand on the same side as a skeptic. Now, this is interesting. If we're going into the unknown or into a building where we shouldn't be necessarily a derelict, you already feel nervous before you go in. Now, you don't know what you're going to see in there, whether it be human or animal, whatever. You don't know if authorities are going to turn up to get you out of there, so you're already nervous before going in.
Yeah.
So, it does make it more nerve-wracking, scary, because you're actually in the unknown. So, from a skeptic's standpoint, when they see us in a derelict and they say, "Oh, well, you're scared in case the police show up or what." Totally understandable.
Oh yeah,
that does happen.
That
does happen.
But we have been to actual places like
public places where we've been allowed in. We've gained access.
And if there's something that's what I call bad in there, or
last night.
Yeah.
Felt on edge. It can just completely take your breath away. It really can. But we do tend to ease into it a little bit.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was. God.
Yeah.
I really am now, honestly. But I
think you've improved.
I've improved a bit.
Yeah.
Not much, but a bit.
Once we get a feel, we're in there for half an hour. We kind of get a bearings with everything.
We listen to the noises.
I kind of know what's in there and what we're expecting. I think we're all right. We level out then, don't we?
Definitely.
But if it was something really bad, we'd be running. And if I run, I'm hoping these run with me.
I'm about to say, is it one of these? So as soon as one of you starts running, rest of you I'll
We've always said.
I don't know, actually.
We've always said.
I think you'd actually go in with the camera, to be truthful. I think you'd want to get right in with the
when I was having the bricks thrown at me, I was out of there. But I did stand my ground the first time.
Yeah.
When it first threw the first brick, I was like, right, and I actually went towards it.
To be honest, I don't think any of us had realised we wouldn't know what.
Do you know what I think of that? If we actually saw an apparition, I don't think we'd be able to move.
No, you know what?
You'd be literally frozen with fear.
I'd agree with you.
Yeah,
I would, honestly.
Yeah, but I do see that, and I don't get so frozen with fear.
Yeah.
No,
because I've told you loads of times. I've got quite a few pictures, haven't I?
Yeah.
That I do put some on the thing
social
at the
media,
time because I kind of know where one is, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's not that," but You can see clearly, can't you,
yeah.
that I see spirit, and I knew that was there at the time. It's weird.
I think it's something you get better at. You know, your threshold.
Yeah.
It gets better and better.
I think I'm more scared of anything that's dark.
Yeah.
It's not the actual apparition that scares me because of what I'm capable of doing. But if something dark really happened, I think I would literally run a mile.
Do you think it comes with time or experience? And what I mean by that is time as in you do different investigations and things like that, and experiences like you'll see an apparition or you'll have stuff thrown at you and things like that. Or is it a bit of a combination of the two?
Well, we've had stuff thrown at us, haven't we? And we've had stuff walked through between us, and you've kind of gone, and I'm laughing on the video. I'm like just a giggle, you know. But I think it again, it depends on the situation.
Yeah, it does.
If you're in a calmish environment anyway, again coming back to derelicts, etc. So if that kind of happened and you were in there, I think we'd absolutely crap us all.
I don't know.
Excuse me, language on the radio, right? But, you know.
Nearly.
You would be scared. It's just a natural thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is more nerve-wracking. The scariest place I've ever been, and after that whistle that we heard, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Beaumont Care.
Yeah.
Wow, what a place.
I did not like it very much
That
there.
was very, very, very bad.
I felt more outside there than I did
when you took
me there. But
mad, isn't it?
I don't know if that had something to do with the block or what.
Yeah.
We could have just done an investigation in the garden.
Yeah. Strange, isn't
Don't do that. But one thing that I've witnessed personally, obviously, with working with haunted houses, is such a thing that I like to call a paranormal hangover.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
is
wow.
it
Still got
real?
one now.
Oh, it's real. It's very
Definitely.
real.
It's a real thing.
I've still got one.
Again, this is why I asked them to wear the crystals that they don't wear, and now they're feeling really tired. But you know, we won't mention that.
How would you describe it, guys, for the listeners now that are listening to our interview and things like that? How would you describe a paranormal hangover?
A hangover.
It's
like being out on the tiles all night.
Yeah, basically, that's it, Mark. It's literally like going out on
and completely drained of energy.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, they're completely drained of energy.
The way I feel after an investigation, like a long one, if we've done from like say 8 p.m. till 3-4 in the morning, that next day when I wake up, I've got heavy eyes, my head's like aching and
like a normal drink.
It's terrible. And your aching body.
That's exactly how I feel.
Energy is sapped away from you.
It's like it just plays on your emotions as well, because you can feel really down with that. So it's not just a hangover.
Bad dream last night.
Yeah, it can cause dreams and so on.
I'm thinking, I dreamt about a friend who passed away, and I'm thinking, why has he suddenly popped up like that? Just weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
But again,
and it was real.
Where the crystals?
Where the crystals?
Where the crystals? No, it is real then. And like I say, people might be listening to this and thinking, no, it's weird, but it is literally like a hangover without no alcohol whatsoever.
Yeah.
You go to bed and you think, I'll be rested, I'll be fine, and things like that, and then you feel worse. You wake up and you can't get out of bed.
It's energy.
It's as though you've done a good 12 hours hard graft.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do,
God, it feels like 3 days at work, doesn't it? One night sometimes.
It's more tiring for me than actual work.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
I've said that many times.
Don't let any of the bosses hear us, Paul.
No, I know.
I mean, we often watch Paul sleep on the way home, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
All the way back from there last night.
All the way back, I fell asleep straight asleep.
Yeah.
It can be very tiring.
It is a real thing. Where the crystals. That's it. Should have that on a t-shirt. Wear the crystals.
Hashtag wear the crystals.
But something that like people might be listening to this and thinking about doing it themselves. Would you guys ever do a paranormal investigation in your own home? Oh, Mark, we'll come to you first.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I'm being honest. No. I wouldn't personally. I don't know if you pair would.
Can you explain what you mean by it? So like record it how we would go and do it elsewhere?
Also, like obviously, like you're I don't know, you might be sat down with your wife, your husband, whoever that may be, and you start watching television, and then you turn up lights off and you get a Ouija board out and candles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've done a few items of things at home.
Have you?
Yeah, I've recently moved into a house a couple of years ago, so there was something that's going on. So I thought I'm going to find out what that is. But I don't think I'd do the whole video camera come in and do a whole thing.
Oh no, but I mean, if it's just
I have
even a private investigation.
But people do believe that if you start using this stuff and you get your crystals out and you get your Ouija board out, that it can actually kick things off to happen more.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think
you've got to be very careful what you do.
Do you think they sort of invite spirits in then? Like I say, it comes back to my point earlier. If you've not done correct,
they're going to invite a bad spirit, aren't they?
Yeah.
By doing the Ouija board.
I think they could actually open something up. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's why we don't like.
No.
Yeah, we don't like.
We don't like using them, do we?
We rather deal with something that's already there rather than bringing something in. You know.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening, short answer. No. Don't do it, guys. To be honest, go and get a priest, like Barbara says, or things like that. To be honest,
just go with haunted houses.
Or just go with haunted houses.
Yeah, I strongly recommend that if you are going to go and do a hunt, to book in with haunted houses.
Definitely.
Halloween's coming up.
Exactly.
Do something different.
Get on the way.
Do something different. Don't go to a Halloween party. Go on a ghost hunt.
Yeah.
With haunted houses.
If you get in now as well, they'll have enough. I mean, I don't know what the booking is because I don't look on their page.
I'm not too sure. I think there's space.
Get a load of you and go.
Especially in October as well. Like I say, it's renowned for being hectic, really.
Do you know what? You'll have a fantastic night.
What was that?
Yeah, told you.
Oh, we're hearing noises in the studio, guys. This is the first time.
Told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's that.
I wish I were joking.
I bet we've been up as well when we went
out. I've caught that on camera.
Have you?
Yeah.
I bet you have.
Yeah, I've caught it on camera.
Yeah, because camera's facing that way.
Yeah.
So this video of this interview will be live on Ghosts on Trent's YouTube channel in a few weeks' time. So if you want to listen back to this or check it out,
I've got a feeling.
We'll let you be the judge. We'll let you be the judge because Barbara's picking up all sorts of things as well. Are you still feeling that you felt earlier?
There's a man here. Yeah.
There's a man.
We went up and actually peeked round the little place. I said,
told
it's like a separate
room,
but it's not.
Come in here.
It's cordoned off. It's like false walls.
Strange.
In there. Yeah.
That's definitely just moved, and you could hear it move as well. I saw it move.
That's weird.
Strange.
Anyway,
back to radio.
So,
anyway, I'm off now.
And me. See you later. No, obviously, like we're touching on, like you've just said, getting people into it and things like that, and doing something different. And what would be your advice to anyone who's thinking about going ghost hunting, and how would you recommend to someone who's never done this sort of thing before?
I'd say
where to start.
Yeah.
Approach with caution.
Yeah.
I'd say first, if you're going to get into it, then go on a ghost hunt on an event, such as
that's what we would do. That's what we did.
Because we've done that first, before we even started our own team. I think then you can learn how to deal with spirit,
how to call out properly,
just to see if you actually like it as well, because it sounds very all interesting and that, doesn't it? Until you're actually in the nitty gritty of it, I guess.
Yeah.
As well, so you've got to have the stomach for it, I think.
I'd definitely advise them go on a organised ghost hunt.
An organised ghost hunt, or at least permission.
And not only that, you've got the insured if anything happens, and because there is a big thing as well about watching your devices and stuff, because paranormal can throw your phone out if you haven't.
Yeah, of course it can.
I mean, you don't necessarily see this so much on videos, but it can happen. You can get pulled, pushed, e.g. and stuff. So.
I think maybe you can, speaking from experience, I wouldn't advise going off on your own, or just two of you. Like you say, go like haunted houses or wherever that may be, and go with a group of people, because then you'd be surprised what you're experiencing is 5, 6, 7, 8 people in your group are feeling exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and compare what you've done.
Or someone, like some people are more susceptible to it than others. So someone might hear a noise or a bang or feel a breath, and then someone else might feel that as well, but they might be scared to say something. So it's sort of that reassurance then that you're not alone, that you're not different.
Just book in with every one of you now listening. Just book in with haunted houses, and along the way you might actually get a chance to meet us. So you could be literally ghost hunting with us.
Aren't we, as well?
Yeah, we'll get some competitions on the way next year, I think.
Yeah.
And then you see that handsome bloke on radio and go, oh yeah, he's got that's him with sexy voice, isn't it?
Well, he's coming with us, haven't we already arranged this? Right, have you got the diary?
Book me in.
Yeah.
But now, like you say, on your socials as well, you've got over 850 subscribers on YouTube, you've got over 1,500 members on Facebook, 600 plus followers on Twitter, and nearly 1,800 followers on TikTok at the time of this recording.
Oh, thank you, everyone. We're doing well, aren't we?
You know, it's fantastic start, and it's surprising what kind of area that is, sort of thing. Like some people it's not everyone's cup of tea, is it? Let's be honest. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and we completely understand that. But I think there'll be people there that think, you know what, I've never done this before, and these guys sound dead interesting, and go out and do it. And like I say, Halloween's around the corner. Give it a try, check it out, and see what you think.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and give us a message as well if you're interested in talking to us, because we do like to talk to our audience as well. You know, we're not just here for your like or your subscribe. We're here to get to know people, and we are approachable.
We're going to start doing some more lives as well, aren't we?
Q&As. We'll start doing some Q&As again soon.
Yeah,
definitely.
So you can have a chat with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good. And my final question for this evening, guys, because we are coming up to time, and I've kept you for long enough, let's be honest. A question that I want to know is, what's next for Ghosts on Trent?
Well, more investigations.
Yes, as
just
many
keep
as we
going
can.
and keep going.
We've got a lot with Haunted Hours coming up.
Yes, we have, hell of a lot.
Yeah.
So. And collaborations with other teams,
local
and afar.
We love that, don't
we love collaborations.
Love working with other teams.
It's just... That's another good thing about the paranormal community, that you get to meet other people. You learn from them, how they investigate and what have you.
Just like one big family, really.
Yeah. And they might do things differently, or and you might think, well, that's a good way of doing it. I'll implement that with mine, and so on and so forth. And
out one another out.
Out one another out.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
And I think
we're all in the same. We all believe in the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we should be sticking together and working together. And,
It's just one big community, isn't it? All? Let's be honest. There's no. What I like about, obviously, like you guys and Haunted House, is it sort of feels like we're all on the same team. It's not like I'm in it for myself and you're in it for yourself. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. It's not a competition.
We're helping each other out.
Exactly. And like you say, you might do things different, or you might discover a new app or a new program or a bit of equipment that other people might.
We actually love as well hearing other people's experiences, don't we? So we, with teams or with people, who just follow us or whatever, we like to hear what they've experienced and stuff like that. So
not only that though, but other local investigation teams may go to a place that we've already been to, or vice versa, and they might get the same evidence of what we've got.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
right.
we compare evidence, because obviously we watch their videos, they watch our videos, and we could be in the comments. Oh, we had that. It's brilliant. Because that's more evidence. For us, it backs up that what we got is actually real, because they actually have the same. Do you know what I mean? So it's brilliant.
It's all about finding the truth.
Yeah, it is.
What actually really
and we're all
did it
together.
happen?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
You sometimes have stuff that comes through. So, like, obviously, another group might have a child, we'll say, for example, come through with a certain name, and then you go and do your investigation, and you pick up that same child on your investigation, same location.
Well, we have had, because
we've had a lot. We've had a lot.
It's mainly Dudley Rider School.
Dudley Rider.
Other teams have picked up on the little girl that we've had, and I think
that was strange.
Don't quote me on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that we were the very first team to investigate that place. And other teams have picked up exactly the same as what we had. So that makes it more genuine for us. And brilliant.
Where are you next?
Oh, do we give it away?
Oh,
do we give it away?
Is this a world exclusive?
Do we give it away?
Answer or no?
Or do you want to keep
I think you should wait.
And
again, can you just like and subscribe to Ghosts on Trent YouTube?
Look out for the video.
It was a tease, isn't it, Paul? It was a tease.
Yeah, it was.
But no, like I say, it's come to the end of the show. But like I said before I go, I'd just like to say thank you very much to you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. And I can't wait to take you on a hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
When you coming?
Whenever. Pencil me in, we'll sort smart off there, I'm pretty sure. But no, honestly, thank you very much, guys. And same again next year.
Thank you all.
Yeah, brilliant. Sounds good. Or maybe in the future, we'll see what happens.
And thank you all for listening.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to everyone who supports us, because we do this, but we couldn't do it without you.
No, we
love your support.
We do.
Thank you.
We do.
Honestly.
Thank you all very much.
I think we will have them, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You guys are what make it, basically, aren't they? Like, obviously, like, and I'm sure you guys will agree, it'd be nothing without those guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and as long as it puts a smile on people's faces and stuff like that.
Find stuff for them, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because we do it for us, but we do it for them as well, don't we?
And keep an eye out for Mark's bloopers.
Plenty of them.
I think Barbara's going to go for a wander now and see if she can find
I'm
something.
so itching to find out what's going on with this man in this room.
There we
I can't
go.
believe that's just moved.
We're going to have a look.
That's on
I
video
told
anyway,
you.
so.
You know, it always happens around me. It does though, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, like I say, if you want to plug yourselves one last time, guys, where can we find you?
YouTube.com/ghosts on Trent.
Sounds good.
Brilliant.
Oh, my girlfriend's just messaged. Can she come too?
Yes, of course you can.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely.
You've scored me some brownie points there, guys. But no, I said, like I say, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you again, Liam.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have you again.
Radio. Thank you.
Thank you 6 times.
We'll have you in again, guys. See you later.
See you. Bye.
Thank you.